What?
Whatever time it is for you guys. I know it's afternoon for us. We're here, we're pretty much parked in Lasalle, Illinois, ready to get our Outlaw show on. This weekend we got 4 awesome trucks. We got Kraken, we got Redemption, we got MissFire, and
Raminator.
Raminator, there you go. I almost forgot the other one for a second. But anyways, we're so excited, and honestly, it's going to be a good start of the month that we're going to be out. This is the perfect show to get started, and it's not too big of a show, but it's definitely got some nice jumps out there for us to hit. The crowd, it seems to be going good, so so far we're going to have a decent crowd coming in, so it seems really good. Hopefully the rain stays away, the sun comes out, dries up the track a little bit, but I'm excited, and I know Nick is too, but we're ready to tear it up today here in the city.
So you mentioned a busy month coming up. You got Westlab after this week, and you got a little racing title to defend, right?
Oh yeah, a little finals race little thing. Super excited, honestly. Westlab is my favorite show out of pretty much the whole entire year. So I'm so excited to go back, and it's been great. You know, the first year it had no rain, which is good, and it hurt it. It can rain out, but it was so much fun, and honestly, probably the most fun you can have first show last year, and hopefully it's the same this year. And I'm excited. Maybe we can see if we can bring home some actual racing title and beat the Mega this year or something like that. But
that's right.
Freestyle, I'm ready to go harder and get out my comfort zone a little bit more than I did when I drove last summer. But
hey,
I'm excited. It's to go big or go home, and that's Westlab for you. Westlab's monsters versus Megas. What gets better than that?
That's right. You got a little weight advantage on you. That's fine. But so you've progressed really well this year so far in your rookie season. Took home Rookie of the Year and everything on the All-Star Tour. What is it going to be next for you? What are you thinking about next? What's your next goal? What's the future hold?
I've had so many goals accomplished this year, more than I could ever imagine. First rollover, first racing win, first being able to compete at first quarter and being able to win Rookie of the Year. And it's been so great, and honestly I hope it just continues going up from there. I still got some winnings I want to keep on doing. I got a lot of drivers I want to drive with still, and I'm super excited. But we're taking it slow, still, or we're having fun, or progressing every single weekend. And honestly, it's been great so far, and I hope we'll look for more of that next year.
One more for now. Who would you say besides your family did you either look up to or learn the most from when it comes to driving?
Wow. We were actually just talking about that last year. I mean, actually yesterday, not last year. We were talking about that yesterday at dinner, about who was our favorite drivers. I guess I looked up to them a lot, but I always thought like Candace Jolly and Medusa were my favorite girl drivers and stuff like that, and how I always looked up to them. And even some of the boy drivers like the Andersons, and my favorite back in the day was Mark McDonald. I loved watching. I know that one's but I always loved his freestyles, and he's always a nice dude to hang out with too. And honestly, even Candace Jolly and all that stuff, it was great being able to grow up. And yeah, we're literally talking about stories too about it growing up and dancing at the banquets and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
It's been crazy.
Yeah, Mark was a very technical driver, a very, very into it and very good.
Wow, he knew how to race, and honestly, the freestyles he would throw on were always crazy. That Peltor with the body was not staying on after.
For sure. And then Candace came from swamp buggies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You've learned to work on the trucks. I'm going to ask you a bonus question. So you are known for working on the trucks, working very hard. You can see it in all the recaps on the channel and everything. So when it comes to that aspect, what really drove you to begin being interested in working on it? Besides obviously getting into a seat,
yeah.
What did you feel like drove you to learn to work on the trucks?
Honestly, I still do. I love working on them. it's a learning lesson every time you work on them, and you're always learning something new every single time. But honestly, working on the trucks and seeing my brothers work on the trucks and drive too, it's and even other people as well, like driving and then working on the trucks, it's built me to look at it in different ways of like, people are making this like their life, their dreams, and like I want to grow up and I want to be exactly like that. I want to work on the trucks and working on the trucks and then going to driving it the next day and stuff like that, or even that single day. It's a learning lesson with understanding how the truck's going to react and knowing what you're working on. It makes you become a better driver, I feel like. And it's different whenever you work on it and then you're also driving it. And, I worked on the trucks a couple of years before I started driving, and I feel like the more you learn and the more you're working on that, the more it makes you more comfortable in your equipment, comfortable how you know how the truck reacts. And honestly, it's always just a learning lesson of how you take it.
Love it. Appreciate it.
Amazing. Not the best pretty much tour I could ever start on the bike. If I was fresh and a newbie, I feel like I'd get pushed to the wind and launched out.
I've seen some highlights on the internet, and I'm like, you're doing all right.
You mean that you've been watching recaps on the Tomfoolery Motorsports YouTube channel, right?
Subscribe to that.
That's right. All right, Nick, so we're here in Lasalle, Illinois for some Outlaw monster truck drags. I am looking forward to seeing you hopefully sweep this weekend. What do you think about that?
We're feeling great. We got the Hall brothers out here, and of course we got my sister with me. But we're gonna have a great time out here. We got one show today on this beautiful Saturday. Nice weather. It's definitely a lot better than we are back at home. It's like 109 degrees at home. So I'll take this little overcast, 70 degrees. I'm good with that. But we're gonna have a great time. Coming back from weekend off, got some relaxation. We got some new things going on with the race team that I'm excited about. And we can't wait to get started with that. But we're here this weekend having a great time. We just can't wait. We're a couple hours away from showtime.
I have a curious question I've been always wanting to ask you. So you came up with the idea for Kraken long ago. Like,
Yep.
You've had this in your head forever. Did you ever have an identity or a thought for something different at any point?
When I put this truck together, me and a best friend, we had a whole list. So I had probably 20 names at one time, but really honestly, I didn't have a truck that really stuck with me other than Kraken. It was really this truck. It kind of, when it decided to come together, it was pretty cool, and I just thought, let's try it. And the design that did kind of, I thought it was pretty sick, is at that time there really wasn't 3D concepts. So I thought this thing would be the next best thing. And kind of all the trucks that I had with that list, we just kind of went to the wayside.
Definitely. So you've had a lot of time to be in the seat. Coming up next year is the 10th anniversary of Kraken. Can you maybe let people know if there's any special plans for that?
We've had some talks. My dad is pretty adamant about me changing the color for 28. But right now we have nothing planned. I've been talking about maybe throwing a back to an original color, maybe going back to green. I thought about maybe, going for 10 years, bring every color back, which is only 4 colors, which isn't too bad. But, I want to bring that green one back because people talk about it all the time still. I did like the blue one. The blue one was pretty cool. Give me the red, white, blue one back. I think it'd be cool for 10 years to bring them all back, at least at one point or another throughout the season, and have people experience back to what this started with almost 10 years ago.
Congratulations on the recent marriage and everything. Good to be a girl dad and everything like that.
Yep, thank you.
What is it like balancing being a father and also having the equivalent of 3 full-time jobs doing monster trucks?
And it makes it tough. It is very difficult to try to sit out there and be away from home, try to be a dad, try to be, a husband, and try to be a fiance, and make it all work. This is a, full-time job times 3. We're minimum 60 plus hours a week at a minimum. We're driving the semis, Brooke's driving the pickup with the trailer behind it. That sometimes can be 12, 14 hours alone, and then we're working 12 to 14 hours every day for the whole week. It takes a lot out of there, but that's kind of what I've been working on. I take a step back a little bit, do some closer shows that are closer to home, and be with the family, because to me the family is the most important thing. I can always come back and go back to where I want to be, at the top of my game if I want to. But to me, it's to enjoy the little things in life. Having a 2-year-old right now that I'm gonna look back, blink of an eye, and she's gonna be 6, 7, 8 years old, and I'm like, man, I missed a whole bunch of time. So I want to enjoy that and try to make that balance, because it's very hard in this industry to balance out both. And I want to make sure that I can balance both and feel like I feel accomplished in doing monster trucks, but also accomplished, being there for my family.
Hey, speaking of accomplishments, you won that All-Star Tour this year. That's a great thing, and just kind of take me through what's been running through your mind all year with that. Obviously, we saw the recaps on the channel and everything like that, but what was it like for you to kind of finally break through with that? And you won a big long point series. Didn't even mess up the body all year except the front clip. So
yeah,
what was that like for you?
You know, that was a lot. You know, it shows how much me and how much my team has grown together, how much this family has grown, and to see where we started out and to go back and basically go with you know, a monster truck independent team that's a family. You know, they brought us in, All-Star Monster Truck, and they made us feel welcome, and they love us, they want to have us back. And being able to run with some of the great guys like Elliot Miller and Athena, and having Jacob Ladwick with Rat Attack with us, you know, it really, you know, we became a big family. We had a great time with each other. We were always there for one another. And it shows, you know, the little things are more important than going out there and trying to be number one. But we had a great time together, and now looking back, man, I want to go back to that again. That was a lot of fun. Even though we hang out with some great people, doing that little 13-week tour during first quarter was awesome. But we're crossing our fingers, hoping we come back next year. There's been some talks about it, and you know what? If we do get to go back, now I got to try to go back-to-back championships. It was pretty epic. That's
the goal, right? So, okay, last question here for now. What, as far as influence and everything, I just asked Brooke what her influences were as far as driving. Not only who influenced her, obviously everybody's going to say who you're a fan of, Tom, Dennis, stuff like that. But who really had an influence on you outside of the family?
I would say when I was a little kid, it was definitely Tom and Dennis, for sure. When you look at the independent side back then, you know, Jim Kohler was one of them as well. You know, he was all out, he's on his own budget, you know, he's made it to where he is today now with his, you know, 4 trucks. He has his own family now and built it from nothing. So that was a, you know, good experience. But nowadays, looking at it, it's everybody. Everybody's doing something, whether, you know, it's Ryan Anderson or Adam, or you look at Weston or Tristan, anybody that's trying to reinvent the game, that's going to go out on the line and burn it down. That's what influences me, because that's where the game's going. That's where the, you know, the monster trucks is going to go from here to here by those people trying new things, and that's only going to influence me to go harder to try those new things, to try to become better, just like that.
Merchandise available as well. Stop in between the MissFire and Kraken trucks for the Tomfoolery Motorsports merchandise stand. On the ride, the mighty monster bus is set up just outside turn number 4, and they are waiting for fans to buy some ride truck tickets.
I gotta see the first sip.
Can we get a 5-point for this?
Yeah, with a 5 pint?
5-point.
Is it good or not? Love it.
Love it.
Everybody that wants to buy Brooke lemonade, it's blueberry lemonade and then regular. That's the order.
I don't know why they put gummies on it, but I love it.
I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it either. It's a little snack.
Cheech, we're finally here at Lasalle. It's a good day to be a monster truck driver of a black and yellow monster truck named Raminator. Finally, man, we get to do this. So how do you feel about getting behind the wheel of Raminator for Outlaw Monster Truck Racks?
You know, it's pretty exciting. It's been kind of my second year driving, kind of more than a little bit. I mean, I started out in 2022, but I was doing a little bit of like car shows and stuff like that, and then 2023 a little bit more. But the last couple of years he's been doing more than 5 shows a year. 9 last year and a little more this year, but it's always a little bit of pressure when you had legend Mark Hall driving this truck for almost, you know, gosh, almost 25 years coming next year, and you know, you're known for racing, so try your best in the racing format, put on a good show, and go from there. But man, I'm excited. I'm always excited, nervous, always nervous behind the wheel of these trucks. Dan Runte, God rest his soul, told us back in the day, if you feel too comfortable behind the wheel of that truck, get out. And I never, every single time I have a chance, I don't get that. I get that butterflies in my stomach and stuff like that. But still, I'm excited, and I am ready to go and have some fun.
Love to hear it, man. So if people don't know, where can they find you? You just started a YouTube channel, and you've had a YouTube Crush This podcast as well.
Yeah, so we're gonna go with that YouTube channel. That YouTube channel of mine actually started back in 2007, but I just never really did anything. And well, I got some media stuff, with cameras and stuff like that, and started, you know, following it. The vlog, I guess you would say, kind of went down a little bit afterwards. You know, you had B2 vids and stuff like that. You have Tomfoolery with us right now. They do fantastic footage and stuff like that. And I just wanted to follow through. So my YouTube channel is mt_Dan_Agosh28. Come and follow me. It's not just only monster trucks. So I do RCs. I take it to a museum or just a day behind the wheel of a big rig, because outside of this truck I drive the big rig also. So we travel all over the country and see if I can get myself a mysterious rolling hot dog at Love's. And also our podcast, Crush This Monster Truck Podcast. We've been going on doing it for 11 years. Fans all over the place. Past and present of people in the monster truck industry. If anyone stepped foot in the industry, their story is going to be told. And just have a good conversation and everything like that. So if you go to Crush This, a Monster Truck Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, we have a vlog. So go to Crush This Monster Truck Podcast vlog to see our episodes. We still have episodes from a little bit of our past on a regular basis, but and also we still have audio on iTunes and on Spotify. Go take a look at that. Crush This Monster Truck Podcast on that too. So yeah, we've been doing that. I think our last episode was with Justin Perkins, the driver of the Backdraft Monster Truck. So go take a look at that. Then we have some up-to-date episodes coming out that I'm going to be interviewing one-on-one. One with Nick, the Kraken, the others, a couple of Team Scream drivers. So be on the lookout for that. And thank you to All Monster and for helping us out and showing coverage. They've been rocking it for God knows how long. The guy probably behind the camera can tell you that.
I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, no.
But they've been doing that for a while, and been helping actually getting people in the door of the monster truck world. And those people right now are going strive long and up to the mountaintop on their individual journeys and stories. So it's cool to have that. And for me, instance, you know, the stories also, you know, I came from the same route, the roots that I talked about with the All Monster crew. Fan, driving one of the legendary monster trucks in the industry. Can't complain one bit.
So I have one final question, because you touched on that you're going to interview Nick, and you've already interviewed Brooke. Now I won't tell them, and internet, this is just a secret between you and us. Who's your favorite Pagliarulo?
All right, I got the answer.
Okay.
Mike.
Okay.
Because there's an episode at, I think, Orlando, Florida. Go take a look at the Pags YouTube channel, their channel, and go back to Orlando of 2025 when we did the Monster Jam event. There was a bickering battle between me and Magic Mike, and it was pretty funny because, you know, Yoho was there and everything like that. But, you know, the bickering is all fun and games, and he's a cool cat, and me and him talk and whatnot. So, sorry against them. Even though Brooke's the only Pag that actually went on my podcast, everyone else ghosts me, Matt. Everyone else, you know, they're all cool. They're all awesome, and they're always fun to talk to. They came from the same route, the roots that we did too, Fan and all the way to now owning an empire. That's awesome. And man, yeah, it's Magic Mike. Man, me and Mike had the victory battle, but me and him talk a lot, and it's great.
We won't say who's taller. Thanks, Dan.
Yeah, or who's rounder.
Participate and help us flag the winners of each of our monster truck races, and also with the truck cities that qualifying runs waiting here tonight. We're great to have you with us in Lasalle, Illinois on the Outlaw Monster Truck Drag once again. And boy, you have been impressive in this new truck since you debuted it. You look like you're having a great time following in your dad's footsteps.
I'm having a great time. You know, I've already done a couple shows for Outlaw so far, and it's been absolutely amazing. And seeing all these amazing fans, especially the girls and boys, it's been great. And, you know, you guys are supporting me so much, and you know, being able to do my stuff this past year and getting all the great feedback from it, it makes my heart blue. So I appreciate you guys so much. I'm ready to have them Sunday.
All right, now talk about growing up in a monster truck family. Pretty incredible. Your dad, Matt, driver, right? Both your brothers, Nick and Mike, drivers, and now you're in the crew too. The only one who haven't been able to get behind the wheel is your mom, so you might have to get another truck for her one of these days. But it's so interesting seeing you guys, the way the team has grown through the years. Did you ever think when your dad first got the truck that you would be driving one day too?
Oh yeah, definitely not. You know, we're a truck team before. Like you said, I got my dad driving and when I started about 11 years now. And now my older brother and my younger brother, and I'm following right in the footsteps of them, and also crew on the trucks with them as well. You know, it's been great. I never would have thought that this day would come, and honestly, it's a dream come true. And honestly, anybody else has some dreams, girls, boys, whatever, it honestly pursue it, because it can happen. It's great. And it's a fun dream, and a fun hobby, and all that stuff.
All right, so just down across from us is your brother Nick over there. You guys travel up and down the road together. What is it like with the bragging rights as to who had the better show each weekend? Because then you got to wait all the way till the next weekend to get to do it again.
Oh yeah, we definitely got a little bit of room to, you know, talk about crap, about who won this and who won that. But honestly, it's honestly a civil rivalry between both of us, you know. He's winning some stuff, I won some stuff this past year too, so especially being able to be in some of the racing teams at times, you know, we're always rooting for each other, you know, and then going on to the next round, I'm out, and I'm always supporting him, and he's always supporting me too, so we're always, you know, for the rivalry, and also go for keeping our team, you know, up there, and, you know, doing each other on.
All right, so I was talking with the Hall Brothers team about racing, because that's their big thing. When you guys watch your team, Freestyle, that's where it's at, right? These trucks, it is absolutely amazing what these trucks can handle. So, talking about Freestyle, you saw the course out there before the show. What should these fans expect to see from you guys tonight?
Oh yeah, the course is absolutely amazing. You know, you got some big hits. Honestly, we're gonna look forward to, you know, put these jumps and everything in here. Even in our freestyle, doing even stuff that you see all over in freestyle. You know, we're gonna be jumping high, we're gonna be doing tricks, donuts, all the above. You know, freestyle while you go out. You know, then you go home. You know, teams are Tomfoolery, you know, made for going big and going home and stuff like that. So you know, freestyle is it.
Well, there you have it, fans. Pagliarulo, ready for one of the coolest trucks in all of monster trucks. If fans are seeing it for the first time, where did this idea come from, and how did you guys make it look so perfect?
So this truck started out as a pencil sketch design when I was 12 years old, when me and my whole family used to be monster truck fans. We used to sit in stands just like this when I was a kid. That was my lifelong dream, was to drive a monster truck when I got older. And this truck was always my favorite. I had a couple of different trucks on the list, but this one always stuck out to me the most. And I started drawing some pencil sketches, and I was like, somebody asked, like, if I get to drive a monster truck, this is what I want to do. We're like, I don't know, that's pretty epic because, you know, there wasn't very many 3D bodies at the time when I had this design. But going in a couple years later, when I turned 18, graduated high school, we started out with 2 trucks, me owned up with me against my dad on the road, and he's like, are you sure you want to do this? And I'm like, absolutely, I think this thing will be together. And we got hooked up with Star Creations, a great fiberglass sponsor out of Point City, Florida, and they actually put this thing together with 2 years of hard work to make this thing a reality. It is unbelievable. I've been doing this for 8 years now, and every one of the fans that come out here love this truck and it means so much to me.
All right, now talk about just how cool this is. The Monster Truck family. Your dad, both, or your brother, your sister, you guys all out there being on the road, getting to compete with each other. And actually, I think last month on the Outlaw Monster Truck Drag, you guys were actually all at the same show. You guys have just got to be having a ton of fun.
Yeah, we did have a lot of fun. We started out as fans in the stands and created an opportunity to now have 4 full-size monster trucks. It's taken us 11 years to do it, but a lot of hard work and determination, and having the family together to stick out through it, through the goods and the bads, is really what made this thing an opportunity. But yeah, like you said, a couple months ago we were together. That was our first time this year because we've been on different courses. So it's been me and Brooke all year long by ourselves, and then Michael and my dad. So they've been all together, so we got to do it once, which is awesome because we always get to see each other. We're always at home sometimes, or depending on routes, we don't get to see each other very often. We get to compete, and we want to kind of family again. It's all great.
All right, now Nick, one of the things you're known for, best trick competition. So we talked to the Ram guys about racing, we talked to Brooke about freestyle. Tell us what's going to take for a good best trick effort out there at Lasalle Speedway Infinite.
To take that best trick win, it's going to take some moves that no one else is doing. Everybody else out here is great competitors in best trick, but you have to go that one extra step higher than everybody else to get that best trick win. So I got a couple tricks up my sleeve. I'm not going to release them yet, but we're going to make sure they come out on top of them.
What's your pre-race ritual? What goes through your mind when you're getting ready for a show? We're about 20 or so minutes out from showtime here.
Oh yeah, so honestly, there's a lot going through my mind. There's so much, I can't even count on my hands what's going on through my mind. But honestly, just kind of get my mind on just, thinking about pretty much the track, just kind of seeing all that. When we moved our trucks, just seeing how the truck was acting up and stuff like that, moving it over here, everything's looking good, all that stuff, pretty much getting myself ready to, hop in, strap myself in, I'll get in a little bit earlier and just get myself all tightened up, get myself tightened up enough, relax my seat, get myself kind of, pushing up a little bit and stuff like that, kind of just slowly do everything, get a little bit more prepared than probably others, just so I can get my mind at ease and get myself ready, kind of just helps me a lot with the race rituals before we go out.
Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. Well, good luck.
nation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt to all survive and save it.
What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah.